Like so many farms in South Dakota, Hexad Farms is a family business and has been for generations. Walt Bones runs the operation with his two brothers and one brother-in-law.
And each of them now has a son with us, so the nephews would be our fifth generation on the farm. My great-grandfather homesteaded here in 1879.
Since then, the farm has grown and diversified.
We've got corn and soybeans. We got a beef cow herd. We have a cattle feed yard that we background some heifers for a local dairy, run a seed business.
And none of that comes easy. The state's ag producers have faced a difficult run in recent years. Floods kept farmers from planting through much of 2019. Tariffs stunted international sales to China and other countries, and last year, the pandemic shuttered one of the nation's largest food packing plants, resulting in a backup of livestock with nowhere to go. But when I ask Walt Bones how his operation has weathered these challenges, he takes it in stride.
That's farming. Yeah, I mean, we always have challenges to try to, that we need to overcome, and thankfully, with, again, the people that we have and the help that we can get and some of the safety nets that we have through federal, crop insurance and some of those types of things. Is it a challenge? Yes, but again, that's what makes it farming. And if it's easy, as they say, everybody would be doing it.
The Bones family has experienced plenty of those challenges through the generations.
My grandfather survived the 30s, unprecedented drought, just horrible. My dad survived the downturn of the 80s. Again, we saw, land values and assets, their value cut in half. And so the situations may be different, the people that we have in place may be different, but again, it's just, we need to plan ahead.
That perspective and experience informed another role in his life. Former Governor Dennis Daugaard appointed Bones as his Secretary of Agriculture in 2011, and he served in the role until 2013. He enjoyed a positive working relationship with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources.
They weren't the evil regulators that were looking to come down and hammer you. I mean, that wasn't them. I mean, they had a job to do.
The agencies have some overlap but serve different goals. The Department of Agriculture supports and promotes the state's largest industry, while the DENR ensures South Dakota ag producers and others follow federal guidelines from the Environmental Protection Agency. Walt Bones explains the distinction this way. The Ag Department inspects a dairy operation to ensure the product is safe for consumers, while the DENR inspection ensures there's no risk of groundwater contamination.
It doesn't happen, hopefully very often, but it probably has happened where an operator, as ourselves, may have one day a visit from an inspector from the Department of Ag, and then maybe that afternoon we get an inspector from the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, basically kind of looking at some of the same things, maybe different. But so I think that's one of the things that the governor says is just, we're going to try to make this a one-stop shop so that people can come in and if they need help, or if we have some people going out and doing these inspections, that then we're not duplicating all these services.
There are some people concerned about the proposed merger, though. They say having two separate departments ensures a check and balance system. Others worry combining the two will prioritize ag business and leave resource management and conservation on the sidelines. Walt Bones has been fielding plenty of questions because of his operation's long history and his time in state government. He tells producers who are worried to look at the Department of Ag's website and consider the resources they already use.
And then look at the new organizational structure and say, so are those services still there? Are we missing something? Are they adding another level of bureaucracy per se? And so when I've asked, or suggested to people to do that, most of them came back and, would talk a few days later and say, well, it looks like everything is still there.
Bones is confident Governor Noem and Lieutenant Governor Larry Roden are well-suited to make these changes based on their own experiences with farming and ranching. The same is true of Hunter Roberts, the current DENR Secretary and interim Ag Secretary. He'll serve as the first head of the new Department of Agriculture and Natural Resources once the merger takes effect in April. Walt Bones says he's most concerned about the new department's future when there's different state leadership.
2 years from now, 6 years from now, who's going to be in those roles? The secretaries of every department serve at the pleasure of the governor. So a new governor coming in, could have a new secretary of the Ag and Natural Resources Department, whatever it's called now. So time will tell.
In the meantime, Bones turns his focus to his own operation, keeping his cows comfortable through the winter and preparing for spring planting.